What's going on, guys? Dave Cordoba here with Cordoba Train Wrestling. Welcome, 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 welcome. We got a good one today. We got a really, really good one today. I hope you guys are excited as much as I am. We got a legendary coach coming on right now. One of the best youth coaches in the nation. So hopefully you guys are ready to tune in. We're going to pick his brain and get and talk a little bit with him. So who's coming on today? Coach Mike Krause of Next Level Wrestling Academy. He'll be on today. He'll be on briefly. You know, as a wrestling club coach, owner myself, you know, you kind of just look up to these people and you want to emulate and be exactly who they are. So I'm really excited about getting him on here, talking to him, and kind of, what's up, buddy? What's up, Dante? And just kind of picking his brain. He's got a lot of great stories. If you follow him on Instagram or Facebook, he's got a bunch of videos up there that you want to watch, man, and they're pretty exciting. So let's try to get him in now, and then we'll get going. All right. All right. Look for a coach. Get him in here. Having a little difficulty, but we'll get him in right now. That's my first time doing it with Coach, so should be on soon. So again, guys, we're really excited to have Coach Krause on here, and it's gonna be a good one. All right. If you guys missed yesterday's Donnie DeFilippis, the L Street, it was a good one. We have a strength and conditioning coach, Kenny Santucci, coming on tomorrow. Thursday night we have Steve Rivera of Elite Wrestling will be on, and on Friday we have Coach Khalid from Empire Wrestling Academy. So hope you guys tune in, and we'll get some good content out there. So we're just waiting for Coach Krause. Hope you guys got a lot of good questions. We're gonna do another a little bit of issues with Coach getting Coach in here. This is the shirt we're gonna raffle off today. Okay, so Cordoba Train shirt. So we gotta get we're gonna do a nice little trivia question for that. All right. So I think he's in here now, and we're gonna get going. We'll get rocking and rolling. Excited about this one, Coach. If you're in, all you gotta do is tap the button, and it's old interviews. Hold up one second, guys. What we're gonna do? We're gonna restart this one more time and get you guys right back in again. Oh, actually, he's in. Coach, you're in now. All right. We just got. There you go. We're good. There you go. Ready to rock and roll.
Oh, am I sideways?
Yeah, you gotta go the other way.
All right. God dang it. I had it all set up for the other one. I guess I can hold it. That's fine.
Man? So we had a little technical difficulties going on there.
Yeah, I kept pressing the button. I kept getting your old interviews. I was like, sweet.
How you doing, Coach? How's everything?
I'm doing pretty good. I just got off another. I was talking to a guy last hour, and I couldn't get on the darn thing, and it was like I was late for practice. I was stressing out, you know.
I was a little stressed right now too. I was gonna sign off and sign back on, but you found your way on. So
yeah.
I just want to welcome some of the viewers on here, guys. We got Coach Mike Krause, the owner of Next Level Training Wrestling Academy out in Michigan, legendary youth coach. And glad to have you on, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm the owner and the only employee too, by the way.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go.
That's my brand. Yeah, I get it.
No, I understand. So, Coach, I mean, I've been watching a lot of your videos on your Facebook and your Instagram. You're keeping busy. I see that you're putting a lot of content out there. How does keeping Mike Krause in quarantine? How a guy who loves being on the mat?
I know it's tough. I'm not kidding you. You know, I'm just trying not to gain 20 pounds. I love to eat too, you know, and not being on the mat and sweating 5 pounds every day is killing me. I checked in at 174, and I'm 182, which is not a big deal. But you know, to us wrestling guys that like to stay, you do. But anyway, I'm just trying to. Oh, I'll say it like it is. I just binged watched the Ozarks, which was pretty good.
So did I. Yeah.
But you know, I'm just we're taking the dogs for a walk, and that's about all I can do. You know, I'm not a real big runner anymore, so I don't really feel like running. But when I can go, I go to the gym every day, and I'm always working out. But I'm just doing a bunch of push-ups, a bunch of isometric weight training, and just trying to eat right. And you know, not you know, because I got that capability to get. I can gain 20 pounds. You want me to gain 20 pounds? I'll gain 20 pounds.
So are you doing any like technique videos online for your kids?
Well, yeah. I mean, I teamed up with my buddy Joe Barnaby, and we started this thing called WrestlingScholar.com, and a bunch of those videos that I'm doing, I'm putting on there. We're offering for free right now. We got a big thing worked out. Yeah, so I'm doing videos for WrestlingScholar.com, and I'm doing just my talking videos. Whenever I have a good thought in my brain, I just walk outside and just try to crush a video. You know, so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've been following your videos. You know, your old Michigan State stories about your weigh-in and Iowa and all that. So it's keeping us entertained. I mean, that's the reason why I started doing these interviews, because with us being home and not much going on, I mean, I mean, I have a wrestling school as well, so being off the mat sucks. And
Yeah.
when I talk about it, I'm happy enough for that, you know? So
Absolutely. Well, you know, a lot of people now are doing these talks and doing videos and stuff, and I think a lot of and let me back it up. Back in my day, there was no internet. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this is just a huge thing for the kids that are, you know, get to know some of the wrestling, these wrestling superstars, and get to know them a little better. Because I mean, I'm a firm believer that, you know, all I did back in my day was read the amateur wrestling news. I just read about Dave Schultz. I just read about Kenny Monday. Man, I would have loved to have watched them wrestle all the time and hear that and heard them speak. You know,
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of, you know, like, you know, we had Yanni on here, we had Sebastian Rivera, International. I was picking their brain, kind of just
Man,
the type
I was just talking about Yanni. I've never met the guy. I think I might have been in the same gym with him. But man, when that dude's wrestling, I'm watching. Oh my God, that guy's a magician, man. Fantastic.
Well, when he was talking, I was listening.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
everything he was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the guys. He's like Askren or someone that when they're gonna show technique. I mean, what are you gonna do? Show a basic high crouch, Yanni? He doesn't do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if a kid can pick up just about 5% of what he does, you're off to the races there.
Of course.
Yeah.
And again, you know, this week I decided to do all club coaches, kind of just trying to want to pick everybody's brain. You were definitely on the top of my list.
Oh, nice.
We spoke a while back to try to get you to Jersey to come to a camp. It didn't work out.
Dang it.
I promised my kids that I would talk to you today and ask you if you'd come back, if you'd come and do one, definitely this summer.
No way, man. Just kidding. Absolutely. I mean, I travel through Jersey at least twice a year.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, you know, we get through this quarantine quick and we get through all this and we could get, you know, I know you got a lot of camps set up. You got an all-girls wrestling camp that you got coming up.
Yeah, that might not fly. We'll probably know May 3rd. That's me and Cece Weber, and I'm bringing in the Hammer, Terry Steiner. I mean, the Olympic coach. Who doesn't want to go to that one, you know?
Exactly.
We'll see. I hope that flies.
Very nice. So who's cutting your hair these days, man? When
This is my own creation. You know, the one good thing about dyeing your hair and getting it all long and being crazy is you just don't give a rip.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a couple videos. You have a beard going, and a couple of them you're nice and freshly cut today. You're freshly cut.
Yeah, well, I'm not a beard guy. I just gave it 2 weeks, see what happened, and I was like, ugh. So yeah.
I hear you. Hey, you never, you know, like Jim Jordan is in politics. Is that something that you ever, with the type of energy and the type of way you are?
Well, I don't want to get into politics, but I love Jim. I'm kidding. I don't give a rip. I don't care. I love Jim Jordan, man. He's one of my heroes on and off the mat. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I mean, if for the right cause, you know, I just really think politics for the most part are corrupt. So I don't know if I want to get into that scene. You know, I'd rather just try to mold young minds. You know.
Yeah, because I mean, Jim is like, you know, he's that high energy, high pace guy in that Congress. So
yeah, he's
like you a little bit, you know. So
yeah, well, well, I mean, I might be high energy and good at coaching wrestling. Man, that's a whole new ball field. But yeah, I mean, whatever I do, I want to, like all of us, want to try to be the best at what you can be. So yeah, I don't think I will, but I wouldn't mind being mayor of my own little city. That'd be fun. But who knows? Who knows?
That's nice, man. So, I mean, I read a lot online about your resume. It could be 3 pages long.
Oh yeah.
One of the top things they talk about is you being one of the best youth coaches in the country, and I completely agree. It's just, and I think the way that you bring your style to youth wrestling is definitely beneficial for the younger kids. Is that
Yep.
Have you always been that way, or is that something that you gradually became?
It's funny you say that because I've been coaching since '93, and I coached high school for till like 2004. And my first 6 years, I did a high school team that had no feeder program, and we did really well too. But and I even asked those guys who are now they're like 45 years old now, and they watch all my videos, and they're like, "Oh, Krause, that's the way you were back in '94." And I'm like, "No, I wasn't." I'm like, but they say I was. But what I've evolved for the last we'll say the last 15 years coaching youth, my whole and I'll call it a skit. I'll call it a game plan. When I do a clinic, I really have it down to a science. I mean, I got it from point A to point Z, and everything in between has points. And whatever happens, however the kids respond, kind of takes me off the schedule a little bit. I gotta get it back on schedule. But I've evolved into this guy from the 5 rules that I have every clinic. You got to pay attention, give 100%, try not to cry, don't talk when I'm talking, and show respect. And I had to add show respect. 'Cause I don't care how cool you think you are. Some kids will try to walk all over you. You know what I'm saying? So when I say rule number 5, show respect, I actually go over eye rolling. I actually go over going, what do you mean? Like I actually show disrespectful stuff because I've encountered it over the years. So, well, not so much, but enough where I know what to look for. So I pretty much have all the antics, all the things that kids are going to do, I think, squished with those 5 rules. And then I evolved into putting my noise with down blocking, my noise with sprawling. I'm the only guy that puts noise to technique. And when the kids are all buying what I'm selling, the practice truly is electric. I invented my own thing about making every kid an assistant coach. Like when I say bring it in, I train them. I take like 2 minutes out of the whole clinic to have them running as fast as they can. I say not fast enough. Just do that again. All right, bring it in. And as they're bringing it in, they got to yell, hustle up, take me, hustle up, take me, until everyone's sitting down. And if you're coaching a youth club, it only takes an extra 2 or 3 minutes to train these kids' brains, at least a third of them, to do what you want to do. And then they're your assistant coaches. So, you know what I'm saying? So I learned that by myself. And then at the end of practice, it really pains me when I see coaches go, okay, guys, practice is over, and then just leaves. You got to end the practice with some words of wisdom. You got to bring them in and give the kids the opportunity to say something that's profound. You'd be amazed at what little kids say. It's so funny, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I had one kid go, hey, coach, if the sky's the limit, how come there's footprints on the moon? And I'm like, what? That's awesome, kid. Just funny little stuff. So anyway, my whole coaching style is evolved over about, I'd say 8 or 9 years. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from like seeing new kids all the time and trying to do your best job and trying to figure out what's going to go wrong or what's not going to go right during this practice. So.
Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of coaches, definitely want to fly you out. And I mean, when you do your 50-state tour, camp tour, that's why we wanted to get you out. We wanted you to come out because I wanted to see how my kids would react to you. If you could get into them,
Yeah,
and,
but it's funny you say that.
In person, and when you see it online, and I want to see it in person.
Right. I hear about. I'm going to talk a little tough right now. But the biggest compliments I get when I'm doing this stuff is people will say, "Oh my God, you are as advertised," and I'm like, "I know, man. This is what I do," And also, I did a clinic in Scott City, Kansas, and they had like 90 kids, 90 novice and okay kids. You know what I'm saying? And some of the dads were like, "Oh, good luck with this," and they're like, "Oh man, I'm like this. You want to see what I got, dude?" And I had these kids jumping through hoops, and one dad walks over, he goes, "I have never seen these kids react like this." And I'm like, "That's what I do, dude."
Yeah.
What I do.
Now, let me ask you a question. You had that same mindset, same type of attitude off the mat too?
Well, pretty much. I mean, yeah. I mean, I try to be the best I can be. I try to get to bed early, get up early. I mean, I mean, I have 4 kids of my own, and they don't listen to Coach Krause. So you know, what can you do? You know, that's a whole nother deal there. I try to make my kids say stuff like "Who's tough? I'm tough." Like, Dad, shut up. And I'm like, all right, whatever. All right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been around so many wrestling rooms, so many little guys. What would be the hardest? What's the hardest thing about coaching kids at a youth level?
The hardest thing about coaching kids at the youth level. Oh boy, let me think. Well, I mean, I guess in the beginning, it was keeping their attention. You know, because the first thing I learned when I was coaching these 8 or 12 kids is I would just show a high crotch. You know, say for instance, and then all of a sudden we're doing that. We come back in and I show a double leg, and they're all staring at me. There's only 12 of them. And then all of a sudden they go back out there and they're still doing the high crotch. I'm like, hey, I just showed a double leg, man. Get back in here. So I learned pretty quick. That although the lights are on, no one's home. They're staring right at you, but no one's paying attention. So what I did with that is I said, all right, time out. Who can just show me what I just did? You know, and then you know. And I don't call on kids because I don't want to freak anybody out. Sometimes I do. But if you raise your hand, come on, let's see what you got. So now this kid gets a chance to be a leader. This kid gets to be a chance to go in front of everybody. And if you've ever seen that one too, I invented this one the other year. I said, when the kids get out there, we all chant pressure, pressure. It's just hilarious, you know, because it's better than just watching them drill in silence. And then when they're done, we chant payback, payback. And it's just hilarious because it's fun to watch these two go at it, you know. And then how well they do is how well I respond. Either they get a I guess I'll take it if it totally sucks, or then I'll say I like it, and if it's perfect, like that's perfect, you know. So
nice. And what do you think is the biggest challenge about coaching high school kids?
High school kids, well, you know, here's the age old cliche. It's easier to mold a mind than change a mind. And although at Detroit Catholic Central, where I was for the last 10 years, it's a private school, and those kids are pretty much they're pretty much whipped into shape. I'm not saying that private or public, but these kids are we got them anyway. Some high school kids think they know it all, you know. Nothing. I just want to smack that kid in the head. You think you know it all? Like, I mean, here, if I walk into a high school practice, and I can't really just cite a time this really happened, but if some kid's like, oh, we're doing stance and motion, all right, you think you got stance and motion down, buddy? Oh, you think you got double legs down? You don't have anything down. I got a newsflash for you. You suck. Pick it up.
Yeah.
So when kids think they know it all, I just chaff my ass. And the best thing is when I'm coaching like a national champ kid in the room, and he's like, "Thanks, coach. Thanks, coach." You know, I used to do a lot of stuff in Oklahoma. I used to have Cade Brock, Guffeller, Boo Llewellyn. They all be in the Real Woods. Was always there, Real Woods, and those kids were always like, "Thank you, coach." You know, and with Cade Brock, Cade always had a better way to do it. I'm like, Cade, just do what I'm doing, will you? I know you just got done with John Smith practice, but we're doing this.
Yeah. And how do you, I mean, like you said, all the high school kids think that they're know-it-alls and stuff like that. But
some do.
When you go into a clinic and there's older kids in a room and you want to work on the basic fundamentals of wrestling, how do you keep them like incorporated too without thinking that you're boring them?
Oh no, here's what I do too. Oh yeah, I guess that's a great question. When I walk into a practice and I see a lot of high-level high school guys and I see a lot of first-year, 7-year-olds, I'm like, ugh. Like, I get it, man. If I'm ranked 1 in the state and I'm at a clinic with a little kid, so what I do before the clinic is I do a little PR work. You know, I shake all the parents' hands. I'm not being fake. I'm like, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it. You know, they're paying money to have me coach their kids. And I'll walk over to the clump of the high school kids. And I'm like, hey guys, here's a story. You know, I'm a little crazy. I said a lot of stuff that I do is for the little guys, so you got to work with me, okay? I'm like, oh yeah, okay, okay. Because I mean, like when they're running, we're running in a circle. When I say freeze, the whole room goes. And it's absolutely hilarious to me, you know. And sometimes the high school kids are like, I'm not gonna go hurt. I'm like, all right, push-ups, let's do it again, you know. And after about 4 or 5 times of me making do push-ups, I'm like, you gotta be louder than me. Ready, freeze. I'm like, thank you. So anyway, to answer your question, I walk around and I talk to the high school guys. I don't go over there and try to big time anybody. I'm like, hey, it's gonna get a little crazy, but work with me. And they're like, oh, hey, I need your help. They're like, you got it, coach. You know, so I do.
That's a good answer. I mean, so at my wrestling club, we have 2 sessions. We have a youth beginner class, and then we have a more elite rec class. But
right.
we have a bunch of kids that fall in between. We call them
Right. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on? Do you think they should stay with the first group or move them into the second group to keep them their mindset going?
Yeah, here's what. Okay, I'll answer what I used to do with my club. All right, I have Monday and Wednesday was always novice because I first originally I had it at Tuesday and Thursday was a novice. Or no, Tuesday Thursday was open, like the elite guys. And some of these dudes on Sunday would wrestle, and then they wouldn't come to Monday practice because their parents said they needed a break. And I was like, you don't need a break. And okay, timeout. So I put the novice guys on Monday. So if they need a break, whatever. But I didn't want my elite guys or my better guys taking a break. So what I did is Monday and Wednesday was the novice. Tuesday and Thursday was the open. And I told the novice guys, we're going to go fast and furious, all right? Because in 2 months, the open guys are allowed to come down to your practice. Now, they're not going to be jerks, but they're going to pound you. So then after 2 months of training with the novice guys, the open guys would come down, and they knew not to be total jerks to these guys, but they beat them up. And so that made the novice guys that really wanted to get good step up. And some of the guys were freaked out, but you know what? That's the way it is, So to answer your question about your group, I just had two groups. I think if they're ready for the open, maybe those middle guys can float between novice and open. Go to both.
Yeah.
And let me say one more thing. When my open guys would go to the novice room, when they would pound them, they got a lot better because it was like they were drilling. You know what I'm saying? When live wrestling to them was like drilling on people. So everybody got better.
Yeah. No, yeah, very good. I mean, my next question is, from when you wrestle, I mean, you're 40-something years old. I don't want to say your age, but you look
50.
good.
I'm 50.
Are you 50? You're 50?
Yeah.
All right, 50. You look good. Don't worry about it. I'm 37 years old. I mean, when I wrestled, even in the U.S., you wrestled before me, the style of wrestling from then and now is completely changed. Not completely changed, but has changed.
Oh, yeah.
How do you adapt like that as a coach? And
well,
do you add both, or do you try to?
Well, thank God, like you and I are wrestling aficionados. When I travel the nation, the best thing about what I do is I get to watch all these high level guys show and when I do camps with other dudes, I get to watch their technique, and I'll even say, do it fast, do it faster. I'm a big fan of showing technique fast for the kids. But anyway, I'm a firm believer that wrestling evolves every 2 to 3 years. Every 3 years, something new comes out. Like back when I was wrestling in high school, there was a knee pull single wasn't even invented yet. I don't think, not that I know of. And back when I was in high school, there was no internet, so we had to wait till moves kind of trickled into your area. And you're like, what is that? But anyway, I show it all. I mean, as far as my funk ability goes, I show funk roll defense, and we do the scramble drills. Head on your knees, butt to head to butt, grab the outside ankle and go. But if you want more scrambling than that, you got to go see Yanni or yourself, because I'm not, that's not me. But I show my kids the best techniques that I know. I don't hold back on youth wrestlers. Thank God, so they look at them.
And do you kind of show technique that you were best at, or do you just?
No, I show it all. I show inside trips, and I've never hit an inside trip in my life.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think every kid, even like I never really scored off an underhook. I never put myself in an underhook and scored from there, but I do show it because if you get stuck in that position, my kid's not freaked out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, as coach to coach, or anyone listening to the coach, if you can't do it, get somebody in there that can do it, Get some college kid. Hey, show your underhooks here. Show your freaking headlocks here. Show something, Yeah, they got to see it.
Yeah. Now in your what do you think about kids? What age do you think is a good age for a kid to wrestle? What does that vary?
Let me think. I mean, you know what? I mean, if they want to wrestle, let them wrestle. Most of these high level guys start when they're 5. I mean, Mark Torella Sr. I was Ryan Torella's workout partner as senior in high school, and Mark Torella Sr., who's an icon and one of the smartest guys you want to meet. He wouldn't let his kids wrestle till 7th grade. 7th grade. Wouldn't let them wrestle. Made them play soccer and not football, but soccer and baseball and stuff. And then they came to him and wanted to wrestle. I mean, I don't think you're behind the 8 ball, but it's a little more demoralizing jumping in and when you're 13 years old and 85 pounds and you just get slaughtered by these kids that have been wrestling for 6 years, But again, I started in 9th grade, so but to answer your question, I think a good any whenever you want to start wrestling, wrestle. But I think the best time to get serious is your sixth, seventh, and eighth grade year. That's when
Yeah,
you start getting serious.
yeah, I
You know,
agree.
I don't even care if you compete. Have fun till fifth grade. I mean, people like they have fun. We all like to win, so whatever. But start getting serious about it. Sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. So you walk into ninth grade year, bringing some heat.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I mean, as a club coach, I'm traveling all over the country, all over the state to bring my kids to tournaments and
Yeah.
all these national duels. What are your thoughts on the amount of national duels and tournaments that are out now compared to when we wrestled?
Well, here's the deal, man. I started in ninth grade and I didn't know wrestling existed. But I made this analogy the other day. I'm gonna say it again. You know, Marky Hall. He was a Michigan kid. When he was a little kid. He went full tilt. You know, they did everything. I mean, Marky was, 200 matches a year. He went to every major tournament. I would be in Tulsa working for Cliff Keen. I would fly back, and him and his dad and a bunch of kids would drive back during the night, and I'd see him at a local tournament, double entered. I'm like, how'd you guys get back here? Oh, we drove through the night. I was, whoa. Okay, case in point, he's awesome. Now, Miles Amin was in my club for a couple of years. His dad's awesome, Mike Amin, and his uncle, the wrestling family. Miles, he wrestled as a little kid, but I'm not sure, but I don't think he went to any national tournament. In fact, I think he skipped the youth state tournament his eighth grade year. Just didn't have time for it. He's doing pretty good. You know, so if that's your bond, I mean, I don't want to step in any father-son bond because there's thousands of dads that we both know that just love this stuff, and that's your thing. Awesome, I'm not good for you, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. That's your niche, you know. Get a million medals.
Yeah.
That's good.
You like to wrestle. I see that.
Yeah,
You let the kids just
that you
wrestle. They want to wrestle, they wrestle, right?
yeah. I'm not. That's it. That's your world. That's fine with me. Just make sure you go to a Coach Krause camp. Give me that.
There you go. There you go. And
Yeah.
so I want to. I mean, with the girl. I mean, I don't know if is girl sanctioned wrestling in high school in Michigan right now?
Yep, it is. Yep, I think
Okay.
I think it's been for 2 years now. I think 2 years, maybe three. But what a great thing that is, man! Seriously, it's so cool to see the girls on the podium getting all intense. It's growing like crazy, and that's the way it should be too. Girls versus girls in high school is where it's at.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. Yeah.
In New Jersey, it's becoming huge. They have their own state final mat now.
Yeah.
They started out with 250 girls, and then
No
they're
kidding.
now almost under 1,000.
Oh man, that's nice.
It's growing by the minute. In our wrestling club, it started with 2 girls. We're at 20.
That's nice.
So we're loving it. I mean, we're very close to Pennsylvania. We border Pennsylvania, but
Yeah.
Pennsylvania has not sanctioned girl wrestling yet.
That is weird. Yeah, that's weird. That is weird.
You know, you would think Pennsylvania of all states would have that. And
Yeah. No kidding.
Seminary has one of the best girl programs in the country. I mean,
Yeah, that's where my little wrestling partner CC Weber coaches there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I coached her. Well, I didn't coach her high school, but she was in my summer room the whole time. She was in high school, and I'll say this about CC Weber: she really, truly tried to beat me when she wrestled me.
Okay.
She's that intense. A little 105-pound tough.
Nice. So I mean, you know, wrestling as a whole. I mean, you know, some people I've heard say that wrestling's going down. Like in as far as participation numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really see that. I mean, do you see that?
I don't see it. I mean, not what we do. I heard there's like what 700,000 youth, 200,000 high school, and like 4,000 college. I think those are rough numbers.
Yeah, I mean, Old Dominion just dropped their program.
I know we had 2 guys going there too out of CC, Mark Schaefer and Stevie Kolchev. And Stevie Kolchev went to Missouri now, and Schaefer's going to South Dakota State, South Dakota. Yeah.
Is Damien Hahn still over there?
No. Oh, Damien Hahn is at Jackrabbits. I'm talking I'm thinking North Dakota. It's the green and gold. Okay, North Dakota. Yeah. Damien Hahn's the Jackrabbit guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, I think that if more girls, there's more girl programs happening in college. I feel like, it would help, you know, eliminate maybe the chances of a program dropping.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I think you're right.
You
I hope you're right.
So we're trying to push for all our girls to wrestle at the next level. I mean, New Jersey just had their first college, Jersey City State University, that is having girls wrestling program. Lock Haven has a girl program now.
I didn't know that.
Hopefully it continues to keep going on.
Yeah, well, I don't see it stopping.
Yeah. Now, as far as technique that you show in your school, is it more? What do you concentrate most on? Or is
okay, all right. When I was coaching a club, here's the deal. When you only have 2 practices a week, you got to really focus on. You got to really pick and choose what you're focusing on. So every practice we would do our takedown, number 1 takedown, number 1 setup, number 2 takedown, number 2 setup, and then I might go into some other takedown series, and we would have to do a little top game each time. But here's the deal with my top game. I would hammer the barm series, barm behind the back series 1 year with other stuff floated in and sprinkled in, but we would really focus on that series. And then the next year I would focus, I'd focus on leg ride, maybe cross body ride, maybe short leg. So every year I'd really hammer on a new top game because I only have 2 practices a week. I can't say, today we're doing leg, and Thursday we're doing barms, and the next day we're doing tilt. No one's gonna learn anything, I got to hammer it in their brains. So, I mean, I did about, I'd say, 50% on our feet and 25, and then maybe, we just do on bottom. I think it was about 6 years ago, I told my club, all we're doing is chop defense. And I showed them chop defense, elbow back, knee slide, chop defense, rotate up. I said, if I hear anybody doing the old school stand up, I'm gonna blow my mind. I'm gonna blow my stack. And these kids, they didn't buy into it. They were like, this isn't going to work, coach. I'm like, trust me, no one's doing the old school stand-up anymore. And they go, but it works. I said, it works against people who are worse than you. We're not trying to beat those guys. When a kid's better than you behind you and you try old school stand-up, you go a half-ass stand-up and then you kiss the mat every time. Oh, yeah, I do, don't I? Yeah, we all do. So I made my club only do chop defense, rotate up. And after about 2 months of making it do it, kids were like, hey, coach, it works. I beat a kid I'd never beat before. And I'm like, I told you, man. That's all we're doing. Expect to chop. Everybody chops. I chop, you chop, we all chop.
Nice. That's awesome. I mean, right now that we're doing these Zoom classes, we've been doing a lot of bottom work because some of the kids don't have partners. So we've been doing a lot of bottom, and I'm doing more bottom now in my Zoom classes than I did during my regular club days.
Nice, yeah.
And now I'm thinking I got to incorporate more bottom work in the club as well.
Yeah, and to talk coaching, I'm a bigger fan of the sit out than the old school stand up. Old school stand up, unless you have like 5 seconds left in the match and you got to get away. I mean, it's just against the guy who's better than you, it's just not going to work. You get chopped. You get chopped every time.
What about the tripod stand-up that a lot of the college kids,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I do a quarter turn in, and quad pod or tripod. Yeah, I like to just on my hand and toes call it a baby stand-up. Just rotate in that guy, And it takes a while to have them do chop defense and not go normal stand-up. They'll go chop defense and then they'll pop up. I go, nope, you stop the chop, but then you actually took your hands off the mat. Next thing you know, you're going to get chopped. So you rotate up and then you got your butt in the air and then you tack the waist in. Oh, okay, big difference. That was, now you got me all fired up.
So Team Shamrock, is that something you're still part of too?
No, I quit doing that about 2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So if anyone, I'm gonna do my first giveaway of my T-shirt. Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna do my first one. I'm gonna see if anyone can answer, and then we'll do yours. Yep, you got yours coming up next.
I gotta think of a question. Oh, okay, I got a question. I got one.
Okay, I'm gonna do one right now. All right. So
what you got?
Coach Krause was the head coach of Team Shamrock, and it was a feeder system for a high school team. Woo. What team was it?
Ding, 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 ding.
All right, one more time. So Coach Krause was the head coach of Team Shamrock, and it was a feeder system to what powerhouse high school wrestling program?
Ranked fifth in the nation last year. And let me add a little bit to that. Let me add a little bit to that.
Okay.
I fed this a certain high school, and I fed the surrounding area and a couple of years in a row, it was us versus the next door neighbor team, and it looked like a Team Shamrock dual meet. Oh, get back!
No, no. Oh, we got it. We got it.
Oh, there you go.
Is it called Detroit City Central Catholic?
Well, let me verify this. That's pretty close, but
It's close.
it's close. I mean, I've never heard it be called that exact verbiage, but that could pass.
All right.
We're playing Family Feud.
I guess. All right, there you go. Thrill 135. You got yourself a T-shirt.
Yeah, Detroit Catholic Central. That's all right.
Detroit Catholic Central. Oh,
Yeah.
He mixed up the words.
Right. All right, here's my question. It's not about me. I just something I know. Who has Iowa's career winning percentage? Who has the best University of Iowa winning percentage? He's my good buddy. I know a lot of those guys, but I've done a lot of camps with this guy.
Is this for a T-shirt?
It's for a Bring It shirt, man. Bring it.
A Bring It shirt. Nice.
So yeah, we may get an answer now, we may not, but the Iowa University's career winning percentage.
Career winning percentage. I'm trying to think of
the best winning percentage. I don't know how to say that. I guess the best winning percentage in Iowa University career
history. Wow.
I'll tell you what, it's not Tom and Terry Brand. Hey, did you like that story when they punked us out in the locker room? That's pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
It's not Lincoln McElravy. It's not Barry Davis. There's Donnie Watkins. I know Donnie Watkins. What's up, Donnie?
Somebody said Ed Brent?
It's not Gable. Gable wrestled for Iowa State, by the way. Hey, Donnie Watkins was in Powerhouse Club back when I did that club I was talking about, those 8-12 kids.
Oh, okay.
He was down in Canton, but
somebody said
Iowa.
Metcalf or Ed Brent.
Hey, there's my man Hawkins. Hey, that's my man Hawkins, Johnny Hawkins right there. What's up, Watkins?
Did he get it? Is that the answer?
No. Hey, the question is Iowa University's all-time winning percentage leader. How do you say that?
So somebody said Brett Metcalf. Is it?
Not Brett Metcalf.
Somebody said Ed Branch.
It's not Ed. He meant to say Ed Bannock, but it's not Ed Bannock.
Oh, okay. Ed Bannock. Okay, Barry Davis. Someone said Gable. No, Gable wrestled Iowa State.
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I did a camp with Gable, and I got to fly on a plane with him for 2 hours. It was fantastic.
Awesome.
Picking his brain. We're
Come
dying
on,
laughing.
guys. You got to get on your Google, and you got to get on that. Come on, man.
He had a brother that went there. He only wrestled there for 3 years.
Ooh, Joe Williams?
Nope, that's not Joe Williams. It's not Joe Williams.
Whoa, that was close.
Hey, you don't even know how close that is. Wink, wink.
Oh,
Thrill, you're so close. I think Joe Williams might have grown up with this guy. How's that for a tip?
All right, guys, we're going to give you another minute. We're going to go to another question.
I got to figure one out.
You got to think of another one.
What up, Hawkins? Now let's talk about my man Johnny Hawkins here. This guy is the only guy that I can really truly say that I coached because he never ever had another coach, and he was homeschooled. He didn't wrestle his first 3 years in high school because he was homeschooled. And get this, he went to West Bloomfield his senior year, and he flipping took 6th in the state. Get back!
Oh, nice.
Fantastic. Tell your parents that what's up. It's not James Williams. It is a Williams.
I think my fiance might have answered it.
Did she?
She can't win it, though. She can't win it, though.
You can't. TJ what? TJ who? TJ who?
No, my fiance answered already. TJ Williams.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
It is.
No,
Yeah, Hawkins. It is. Another one? Oh, my God. I got to think of another thing here.
Right. Yeah. She Googled it.
Cheater. TJ Williams. Is that Palmer? Is that my man Palmer? All right,
different Palmer.
Oh my Lord! TJ, it was TJ. He was 98-1. He had a one loss. Yeah.
Let's do one more, Coach.
Oh my gosh, I gotta think of one. All right, let me think about something here. All right. Okay. How many points were scored on Dan Gable in the '72 Olympics? Go.
Oh, 72 Olympics. Okay.
How many points were scored on Dan Gable in the '72 Olympics?
Mm. Well, let me see. Let me see.
I had
Somebody
Dave's answer
said
first.
0.
Eli Joseph got it. Eli, what's up? He got it 0.
Nice.
My man
Nice.
Eli. Let's talk about Eli Joseph. This kid is one of my favorite all-time wrestlers. He just had so much fun and he had so much spunk and he could give a rip. In fact, I got a great story about him in the state meet doing his job. He had the guy whooped from Davison. And I remember Coach Hancock said, "Hey, do your job." He meant tone it down because if you start trying to score on guys that are supposedly better than you, you might get caught in your back. You get back. Fantastic story. That kid's a killer. Yeah, the answer was 0. Dan Gable set the bar with 0.
Nice. Eli Joseph, you got the shirt, man. You got the
I'm not giving Eli nothing.
Hey, Coach, talking about that shirt, I mean, you invented the Bring It t-shirt. I mean, where did that come from?
Oh my God, it's a great story. Here's the deal. It was 2001, and I was coaching Northville High School. And bless their hearts, they weren't very good. So they kept just hanging on the head, right hand collar tie. And I was like, man, quit doing that. I go, quit just grabbing the neck, like out of nowhere. I said, and one kid had a t-shirt on, a white t-shirt. So I took a Sharpie marker and I said, here's the deal, man. I said, put your hand here. I put a post. I said, put your hand here for a tricep. I said, your pressure comes right here. I said, here's where your face goes for a blast double. I said, here's where your head goes for a head inside single. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. The kids started lining up. Hey, coach, will you write that on my shirt too? And I was like, all right. So I just started drawing all these kids' shirts. And I can't tell you what I originally wrote on the collar. It was a dirty word, but it was basically like, up yours. Anyway, and then I said, I'm going to make this a shirt. So I went to Cliff Keen and I said, you want to make this shirt for me? I'd love you to do this. And they did. And man, I've got about 2 boxes in my house right now. And I tell you what, they sell like hotcakes when I bring them to clinics. Because as one mom said it, that shirt tells you how to wrestle. And then some little girl told me, she goes, you know what, coach, that shirt's got the directions on it. And I'm like, it does have the directions on it. And I was like, thanks for that little spiel, lady.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So where can they purchase this? These shirts?
Well, you got to go to bringitwrestling.com. That's all you got to do. Bringitwrestling.com.
Right, guys, make sure you guys put that on bringitwrestling.com.
Yeah.
Check out
Yeah.
And then on your MikeKrauseWrestling.com, you have all your camps.
Yeah, that's the same site. And here's the deal too, with the Bring It shirt, you can get custom. You can get a deal if you order 15 or more for custom colors. I've done like 10 teams, and I put your logo on the chest for the Pressure X, and it's your custom colors, and it's just great.
Nice, very nice. Coach, we got about 18 minutes left. I want to kind of leave it in your court and kind of talk any stories, any words of wisdom. I know you got a ton of them, man, but we only have 17 minutes now.
All right, well, I'm gonna start talking, but you got to feed me some questions.
Go ahead.
All right, well, let me tell you what. I mean, when I first started, when I first decided to start being a camp guy, here's what I did. I was working for Cliff Keen Athletic. And I always go to Tulsa. I always go to Reno. I was a representative for Cliff Keen, and I would meet with Jack Roller and all the rollers, and I'd just be the guy that went there and manned the booth and whatever. So anyway, and Shane Roller would always do a big huge pre-tournament clinic, and so I had the Bring a Shirt going. I did a little Bring a Shirt video. And when I got there one time, Shane Roller called me and said, "Hey, Krause, Shane was fighting. He was doing a UFC fighter."
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, "I got a fight. I can't make it to my clinic." He goes, "I know you. I did that video." He goes, "Can you do a clinic?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do a clinic. I guess I can practice. Yeah, I can do that." So I got there, and there was like 58 kids showed up for this thing, and I remember it was at West Virginia, and I was like, all right, this is a little out of my comfort zone. And there was like 100 coaches all standing around, and I was like, "Whoa, here we go!" So I did it probably about. I wasn't totally like I am now, but I was pretty close. And so I had all the kids running and screaming and doing all that stuff, and these coaches were all going crazy. And I was lighting the coaches up, said, "Hey, don't talk when I'm talking." And I was really lighting up everybody up. And so a bunch of the coaches after the practice were like, "Man, that was great, man. I can't believe you controlled the kids like that." And I was like, "Well, that's what I do. I think that's what I got to do, And they said, "Will you come to a clinic for us?" And I'm thinking, what the hell does that mean, And so I said, "All right, sure." And I had no idea what to charge. I had no idea to get there. I had no idea. But I did a few of these clinics, and we worked out some details. And I tell you what, I was like, after about 4 or 5 clinics, I said to my wife at the time, I said, you know what, I'm going to be a clinic guy. And she's like, what? And then I told my dad, who's a CPA, I was like, I'm gonna do clinics. And he's like, well, is there insurance in this? Is there insurance with this? I'm like, well, not really, Dad. No, there's not really insurance. And the first 2 years was kind of a struggle, you know. It really was. I mean, it was like, ugh. You know, and now it's like the floodgates are open, but and I absolutely love it. But it really truly is a made for TV special on how I truly was the only one who believed in myself, and I knew I could do this. And it was a rocky road, you know what I'm saying? It was a rocky road, and I give myself credit for not giving up and believing in myself.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, you're absolutely right now, man. One of the best youth coaches in the country. Do you want to take a couple questions, or do you want to maybe just tell a couple stories? We only got 15 minutes.
Yeah, but if a question comes in, I'll take a question. But I'll tell you about I'll tell you about some of my. Well, I'll tell you one story about one of my first coaching clinics. That if you think you're good at coaching, if you think you can do something in front of 300 people, then step up to the mic. You know what I'm saying? And I was over I was in New York with Frank Papalizio, and Frank was doing this big, huge A6 national coaching clinic. And so when I do my coaching clinics, I said, well, give me some guys. Oh, no, we were doing a clinic for kids. That's what we're doing. And so it was me, Colette, and Frankie Edgar. And so we got done doing our clinic with the kids. And Frank says, oh, by the way, in an hour, you're going to be in the small gym with Colette, and you guys are going to do a coaching clinic for about 50 coaches. And I was like, what? I was like, you didn't tell me this. And I never did a coaching clinic. So I really didn't know I didn't really have a format. And I didn't have a game plan. But I'm not going to say no. But I'm telling you what, I was freaking out because I was in the same hotel with Colette. We're hanging out having dinner and stuff. And, you know, Colette's one of the guys that we all look up to. So I'm like, holy crap, I'm in a small room with Colette. So I told Frank, I said, give me 20 kids and I'll run up a little practice and I'll take some questions and answers and I'll tell the guys what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how I'm doing it. That's the best I could figure out. So as I'm in there, you know, I'm freaking out because Colette's calm as a cucumber. She's on the wall just hanging out watching me, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And so I just immediately snapped into Coach Krause mode, and I started to kill it. And I started trying to, you know, whenever I do a clinic and stuff, I always try to roll with the other clinicians. You're like, God, I'm gonna let you know and be fun. And I figured one of Colette's verbiages is chest to knee, chest to knee. And I was going, you got to bring your chest to your knee. What did I say? Chest to knee. I looked up, I go, isn't that right, Colette? And I expect him to go like, they say, he just goes, and I'm like, whoa, Jesus. I was expecting a little more funsy attitude. So then I got done doing my clinic, and I was like, oh, man, good job, do whatever. And then Colette walked out there, and he goes, that's about the best dang youth packs I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, what's up?
Nice.
And he pulled the old, that was sweet. He goes, sweet on 3, 1, 2, 3. And I was like, sweet. But anyway, point of that story was, man, yeah, again, we all love coaching, but picture yourself being thrown in a room with Colette and saying, here, coach these New Jersey and New York coaches that all look like they're in a mafia like you. And I was like, I was like this, oh my God. And they're all staring at me like, come on, man, show me something I don't know. And I'm like, oh, brother, here we go. That was intense. That was nerve-wracking.
So do you, I mean, when you do these clinics and camps and stuff, I know you got a couple hundred kids that go to these camps. Do you still get nervous at all?
No, not anymore. But the only time I sometimes I get a little nervous when I get there and the host are like, oh my God, we watch all your videos and they're hamming it up. I'm thinking, oh my God, what if I flop? You know, what if I blow? Yeah, I never blown a clinic, but yeah. when they really, you know, are pumped, I don't know, it's something about that gets me a little nervous. But you know, not really. I mean, I just love it. You know. I love it.
Like you said, you have it down packed, but you know, you know what you're doing, so which is easy for you. It says, as a father that did not wrestle, how can I help my son compete with kids that come from wrestling families?
Well, you got to put them in places where he can get better, and you got to be the driver, the taxi driver. I mean, the best thing you can do is find the best room in your area and have your kid hang out. And if he's in those stages where he's pretty good and he's not the elite kid yet, you got to rub shoulders with the elite kids, because after you have about you know, a couple of months, maybe a year practicing with some elite kids, after a while you're like, man, those guys are nationally ranked. I train with those guys. I should be nationally ranked. You start to believe in yourself. So if your dad didn't run, you know, and I don't want to step on your father-son bonds, but you can still coach your kid. You can still tell them what's up. Hey, man, check it out. I don't know how your son and you have, what kind of bond you have. But get them in front of coaches that know what they're doing, and get them in the rooms where the kids are pretty dang good in your area, you know, because as the old cliche, iron sharpens iron. After a while, he's going to believe in himself more than he does if he doesn't already do that.
Nice. Is there okay? You know, as a coach, you being one of the best youth coaches in the country, you inspire me to be a better coach.
Nice.
Every day, watching your videos and seeing the things that you do, and I want to kind of emulate that back with my club. Is there someone that inspires you, a coach that inspires you?
Well, yeah, there is. I mean, coaching wise, I mean, I still live. A lot of my stuff is straight from me. You know, I made it up myself, my own personality, my own little quirky things that I thought might or might not work, and I just stick with them, and they work. But I mean, as far as coaching in the practice room, I mean, my good buddy Butch Lesko. I was doing a clinic with him one time, and he ran the practice with an iron fist, and I was like, oh my god, that's impressive. And I tell you what, you really know when you're freaked out and you don't want to take over for somebody when they're coaching. Because I'll be honest with you, I've done that to a lot of clinicians. I go first, and they're like, oh my god. I'm like, dude, you got to follow me, man. Good luck, you know. Good luck with that. But so yeah, there's just been a lot of local guys. I mean, our head high school coach, Mitch Hancock, he's an absolute hammer. I mean, this guy, he runs the room with an iron fist in a big way. I'm talking big way. I've taken a lot of his stuff. You know, for 10 years being in the room with him, you know, we did the Monterey coaching thing together. I was the youth coach, he was the high school coach, and I told these guys, Mitch is going to blow you out of the water, man. Trust me, and he did. It was me, Mitch Colat, and Zeke Jones, and Mitch stole the show.
Nice. Your buddy said, just like you said in the past, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah, well, it does. Yeah. You gotta do it. You gotta do it right. You gotta do it right when you're tired. You know, I mean, we all preach that, but you know, we've all seen sloppy drilling. But yeah,
that's awesome. Anybody got any other questions? We got about a little less than 8 minutes left, guys.
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
8 minutes. A little more than a wrestling match right now. Now, in your practices, I mean, you know, when you do stance in motion, is that something you do before, during, and after practice, or maybe before and after?
Yeah, sometimes we end with it. I mean, I do it in the middle. And you know, let me tell you about my stance in motion. If you just tell a normal, say, a room full of youth wrestlers, all right, move your feet, they just spin in circles. You know what I'm saying? They think that's stance in motion. So what I've done for the last 2 years is I've just done drop steps, like burls, you know, like just moving forward, attack leg forward. The thing that I found that the nation's missing, these kids are missing, is they have the wrong leg forward, or they're doing the shuffle, left leg forward, right leg forward, left leg forward, right leg forward. And I guess that's fine, but that's not wrestling technique. You're just walking around doing the cha-cha. I said, here's the deal. My new stance in motion is just you get your outside hand touches the mat, you just do a drop step, 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's it. If you can get that motion down, you're dangerous. I don't want to see you spinning in circles with your hands out. That's where you're getting worse, you know. And that's what little kids will do if you just say stance in motion. So I just have it shrunken down and just drop this 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. I even say I'll do it. I go, does this look hard? I would do just you know, forward motion. They're like, no. Let's see you do it, and they can't do it. I'm like, I told you, it takes 3 years to get that.
Yeah. And talk about drilling and practice.
Okay, well, when I have my guys drill, what I'll do, even when we're drilling techniques, I'll show let me start from the technique showing process. I'll show technique. I'll talk about it. I don't sit there and I only spend 3 minutes max. I mean, I leave around 3 minutes. I show it fast and I show it slow, and then I show it quickly in an amount of time, and I'll show it slow. And I'll talk about a couple points of the technique, and then I'll just rip it fast. I do it full speed. I'm one of the only guys that I know that maybe you do, but a lot of guys just always show it slow. I want these little kids to see how it's going to look Mac like speed. Like when I go out to Massachusetts, me and my buddy Rudy Polino, we drill hard. We drill hard, man. I can still drill hard. I don't want to wrestle hard, but we do it fast and hard. And I'm like, that's how you do it. And so when a little kid sees it done fast, he's like, oh, okay, fast. You know, because if you don't show it fast like that, it takes them like another year or two in match-like competition to figure out, oh, I should do it faster. So let me talk about when we break free. When I have them drilling the technique, say we're doing high crotches to double leg, high crotch to double leg. Okay, you can do it slow. I'll walk around and try to critique every kid in the room, every group in the room, and then I'll go, okay, bounce, and I'll blow the whistle, bounce and breathing. Okay, here we go, guys. We're going match-like speed, world-class technique as fast as you can. 3, get in your stance. 2, here we go. 1, and I have them drill as fast as they can. I'm not looking for perfection. I just want to see speed. All right, and so I have them go for 20 seconds as fast as they can. That's it. That's it. We do about 3 of those, and we go back in. So we do it slow, and then we do it fast, and we bring it back in.
Nice.
Change speed, yeah, got to change speeds. Like Eli Joseph used to. Eli Joseph used to always change speeds. Same with Hawkins
Nice.
and Watkins.
Why don't we talk just a little bit about your what you got coming up? Like, where can people find some information on your academy, your DVDs?
Yeah. The only things that I'm doing personally myself, and I'll plug this camp because all my camps are pretty much just a flat rate, so it's on the host to get the kids. If they want to promote the heck out of it, they can. I mean, but if you want to, I post all my stuff on my Facebook page. Pretty much the host will tag me in it, so I'll share it all out there. I got Mike Krause, I got Coach Krause, and I've got the Bring It shirt page. I always post on Wrestlers Only or the Wrestling Insider. But the one camp that I'm going to promote right now right here is it's a 6-day intensive, July 12th through the 17th. It's in Brooklyn, Michigan. It's like $1,200, but you stay the night there. It's all inclusive, of course. And it's 6 days of pure torture. I mean, pure fun. And it's going to be, I've already got like 12 people signed up, but I'm going to probably cap it at 60. That's it. I'm going to get 60 kids, but put them in 2 groups. And we're just going to, and the place is fun. Google Sauk Valley. I think it's SAUK Valley.com. It's a Nike resort place, and it's a lake, like 8 acres of running land, hills, a place to eat, place, of course, fire pit. And I've got Corey Koopman coming in. I've got John Reeder. I think CC Weber's going to be there a couple of days. I've got other coaches in Michigan that are stopping in, and I've got a flyer for that. But Sauk Valley, $1,200, 6 days of just fun competition. It's going to be crazy. I'm telling you, it's going to be a little mini J-Rob, because I did J-Rob at 86, and that really did change my life, man.
Yeah, I sent a lot of kids to that camp.
Yeah,
definitely came back. When as boys came back as men,
I'm telling you, man.
Their mindset.
Yeah, day 3, I was crying on J-Rob. I was like, "Hey, Mom, how's it going?" I'm like, "I'm doing good. Got to go."
So what's next for Coach Krause now? What do you want to, when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be known as a coach?
My legacy? Okay, I like to be the guy that changed the way all youth sports are coached. I'm going to branch off and start doing some, because you've seen it, my style is different. I mean, people say, "Oh, I coach like you." I hope you do. I mean, because kids respond to it. Callback stuff. I've had teachers tell me what I do. I don't know what it is I do, or the actual name of it. But I've had the mindset guy explain to me what I'm doing, and I'm like, okay, good. I mean, I know what I'm doing, but I don't know why I don't know the intelligence behind it. I just know how to do it. It's in me. So I want to be known as the guy that changed the way people coach all youth sports.
Awesome, man. Awesome. That's a great legacy to leave. And like I said, all the coaches, try to emulate what you're doing and kind of have that same energy level. I don't know if we could ever match that.
Well,
sure try.
And that's the thing too. When I've done Monterey coaching clinic 3 times. I've done a bunch of these A6. I've done a bunch of Kansas. I've done Wisconsin coaching clinic, Oklahoma. Anyway, when I do my clinics, I tell these coaches, this is how I am normally. I'm normally hyper. I'm normally look a little, outgoing. I'm very, personable. And that might not. And this is me. I just posted it on Facebook. Be yourself, but be yourself times 10. So I mean, there's certain parts of my practice that anybody can do. Empower the kids to be your assistant coaches. Make them run to the line as opposed to just anywhere in the whole room. Hold those 5 rules accountable. You don't need to be crazy hyper like I am to make that work. And so again, you don't have to be like me to be like me. But be yourself times 10.
Awesome. So we're about a minute. We got a minute left, guys. Make sure you check out Coach Krause on Facebook. He posts a lot of great videos, a lot of great content, some memories that he has of his college wrestling career, and he has techniques, stuff like that. So go on there, go on to his website, MikeKrauseWrestling.com. Anything else you want to say before we go?
No, man, I totally appreciate it, man. It's a great conversation, and you're a good dude.
Awesome, man. Can you give us a little, let us go?
I'll give you a little skip back.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll see you
Thank
around.
you.
And we'll see you in Jersey. We'll get you
Bring
there.
it.
All right, man. Thanks, buddy.
Later, man.
Yeah.